Gather around, friends, new and old, and welcome to Roast and Toast. We are your hosts, Philip, Jenny, and David, and we welcome you to another episode of Roast and Toast. Phil, I think it's funny that you and I are both wearing t-shirts, harkening back to an episode of old.
An episode of a very specific one.
So if you're not watching, if you're not somehow seeing this on Instagram or something, Philip is wearing a Magic School Bus. What's her name again?
Miss Frizzle.
Mrs. Frizzle. Miss Frizzle. And I'm wearing a Scooby-Doo t-shirt bought for me by none other than you, Philip, a couple years ago. Yeah.
Yes, very good that we can both naturally we didn't coordinate.
We did not coordinate this at all.
Yeah, no, this was not pre-planned
If
whatsoever.
you are curious, go check out that episode. I believe it's called, we might need to change the name actually, because it is our old podcast name, Powwow Prestige Awards Childhood Cartoons, where we gave out awards to in certain categories to our favorite childhood TV shows.
Yes, so there we go. If you want the full history, there's where it begins.
Yeah.
So there we go. Speaking of old birthday episodes, I forgot to mention this last episode, but a couple episodes, if you recall, I believe now by this time that this comes out, it'll be 3 episodes ago, or maybe 4. Either way, we talked about how after I was done recording the episode, I had a place to go to. I had a little birthday celebration that I was going to go with my family. And lo and behold, it was not known to me, but if you recall, David, Jenny also said that she had somewhere to be that afternoon with her and her boyfriend. And it was a little surprise party thrown in my honor that I had no idea. Mm-hmm. And then who shows up and was the biggest surprise of all was Jenny and her boyfriend. And I got to meet Matt. I forgot to mention this, that was how I met Matt prior to our episode last week.
We surprised you.
Yes, I had no idea.
Fun. So who planned the surprise party?
That would be friend of the podcast, my mother. Friend of the
podcast.
Reoccurring guest.
Three-time guest, Caprice Amrine.
Yes. Caprice Amrine planned it all to perfection, I might add. Had
she
a lot.
did.
It was Barney themed, which again I must reiterate that it was a surprise party, so I had no interest in doing it. But I did enjoy.
You had no input into the theme.
Yeah, I had no input, but it was pre-planned for me. But it was delightful. A lot of food, a lot of everything. But so, anyways, I meant to publicly make sure that you were acknowledged here, Jenny. Thank you for showing up. That was very nice.
Thank you for the acknowledgement, and it was a wonderful party. It was lovely to see you, and then to see all of your friends that I hadn't seen in a while. So it was lovely.
I know. Yes.
Well, I feel left out.
You would have been invited had you been stateside.
Oh, woulda, coulda, shoulda.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get to the main.
Wait, hold on. I've got an announcement.
Oh, okay.
I have spent hours today, completing and compiling the playlist. The That Slaps playlist for Roast and Toast is now up to date. 3 years worth of content.
Wow.
12, 13 hours worth of playlist. So go check it out. It is called That Slaps! By Roast and Toast. And the and is an ampersand. Shout out to Cassie Chilton who taught me that word.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah, so we have a full playlist of weird mashup of songs, but you know what? If you're looking for something a little offbeat, a little bit more broad, then that's the playlist for you. And it's not repetitive because, like I said, it's 13 something. I can't remember. It's more than 10. I know that. It's many hours long.
Yes, it's many hours long, and I'm sure it goes in very many directions. That's why even like around the holidays,
from fruit salad by the Wiggles to we've got some Doja Cat in
Christmas
there.
songs, even
a Christmas song or two. Yeah.
That's why whenever it comes to the holidays or even holiday-themed episodes...
And plenty of country.
Plenty.
Just a little bit of country. A lot of indie. Oh, my goodness, a lot of indie rock. From Philip and myself. Yeah.
Yes, we are an indie forward thing. So, yes, very exciting. Congratulations, David. Coming on my end of news to share. On YouTube, we are slowly... There were some technical what's the word? Technical stoppages that are unforeseen to me, having done this for the first time. So once we're fully uploaded and everything, we'll be there. Right now, we're probably, by the time you get to this episode, we'll probably be fully uploaded, if not by the next episode. But either way, we are, no matter where you are, by the time you're listening to this, we are at least halfway there. So it is a slow, but a trod that we are going through. So anyways, speaking of trods, let's trot our way to the main topic. I love the smell of wood in the morning. But the best wood... But the best wood is the would you section that we do reoccurring each and every, 4 weeks or so?
6
or
weeks,
whatever it is.
4 weeks.
It's
6
been
weeks,
a minute
yeah.
since the last one.
We don't follow any. We
make our rules.
make
This
our
is
own
our
rules,
podcast.
yeah.
We make our own rules. We get to do whatever the
And
hell
rule
we
number
want.
1 is there are no rules. So.
Correct.
And you don't speak about the rules.
Well.
So anyways, well, shit. All right, so it's been a while, meaning that we have a lot of fresh content and fresh ideas. Jenny, who do you want to ask a would you question to first?
How about we start with you, David?
All right.
Would you rather commit a minor crime or get a tattoo to get hired for a job?
I'm not a tattoo person. Maybe you know that about me, and that's why you're asking this question. I've never wanted one. Not really. I toyed with the idea for like a few weeks when I was at acting school, but really I realized I would just be getting it to fit in, and I was like, do I really want this? No, I don't. Mm-hmm. But everyone's just like, oh, hey man, nice tattoo. I love your tattoo. And I'm like, okay.
I want my tattoo to be nice.
No, I didn't. I was like, is this the thing now? Am I only cool if I have a tattoo? So I don't know. Like, I've never wanted a tattoo, but the other option is committing a minor crime. How minor are we talking? Like robbing a convenience store or like
shoplifting? Yeah, that
like
feels
yeah,
like shoplifting or
something above jaywalking. Like jaywalking's like bare minimum.
Shoplifting. I think I'd probably shoplift because I don't really want a tattoo. But if it was robbing a gas station, like robbing the register, I wouldn't go that far. I'd rather get the tattoo.
yeah, not at like gunpoint. Yeah.
Well, I mean, even at all, like I wouldn't want to rob the register.
I'd also count like public
unarmed.
vandalism, so like graffiti.
Public nudity. David, you could be a streaker. A lifelong goal of yours, I know.
I've been naked in public, but only ever in places where it's seen as acceptable, like a nude beach, you know?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll do the minor crime as long as I don't have
Alrighty.
to. As long as it's like a community service maximum, you know.
Sure.
Philip, would you have an octopus as a pet in a giant fish tank in your own house? I asked this question because you are a very like squeamish like everything's icky to you. The beach is icky to you. And yet you owned a snake once. So
I did.
So I don't know if you would want an octopus in your home. They are also notorious escape artists. So
I was going to say, here's the thing, is that highly recommended by you, actually. I watched an Academy Award-winning short called My Teacher,
My Octopus Teacher.
My Octopus Teacher, thank you. So, yes, something along those lines. And they're very, very smart
They're
animals.
really intelligent.
And they also show emotion. They
they
really
can,
are connected.
I learned this today. They can recognize faces as well. They did apparently there was an experiment where they noticed that this one octopus would recognize a certain security guard and spray water at him whenever he walked past, but he didn't do it with the other security guards. And so they did an experiment where they like certain people would like feed the octopus, and then certain people would like not hit it, but like rub it on its head with like a spiky, like a bristly stick, which was annoying or something. And so it would start to recognize who was. So it can recognize faces. It would recognize who was going to give it food and who was going to annoy it. Wow. So they are very intelligent.
Yeah, so based on how intelligent they are and how clever, honestly, I'd be fine with an octopus. I don't like the idea of a tank, like anything like that. I feel like the point of a pet is that you can pet it. But I wouldn't mind it. Honestly, it's just the upkeep and also with the tank. I'd want like a bigger one so that way it felt comfortable in its arena. It feels somewhat cruel to limit it to that. So would I? Yes, it wouldn't be preferred. It wouldn't be preferred. Do I? So in a yes or no, I'd pick no. But it's not like never. Yeah. Jenny, I'm curious. Jenny, would you rather be a woman giving a speech and have your nipples show? Your nipple, just one nipple. Or be a man in a diving contest and have your testicle hanging out of your trunks?
Ooh. Hope you don't hit the water too hard.
I understand the testicles are rather sensitive, but I don't know, the idea of like, I don't know, the concept of diving with the testicle out just sounds really funny to me. So like for the bit, I would totally do that if I was a man. So I would pick that option. I would want to be a man with a testicle hanging out diving.
Hey guys, did I get the perfect 10? No, you got the perfect magic 8 ball down there is what you got.
Definitely know you got 2. 2 of what? Oh.
Oh, and it's sopping wet, just, oh!
We don't have to go into detail.
Just saying if you're looking at it. Anyways, continue.
I mean,
Your turn,
anyway.
Jenny. Your turn, Jenny.
Okay, Philip. Would you rather have to pay for everything in pennies or have to use a pogo stick as your main method of transportation?
So I guess really this question boils down to, are you selfish enough to not inconvenience others? Because no matter what, it's going to look, the penny is a petty option. That's why they're so close to each other. Penny and pettiness go hand in hand. And I'm just thinking about just the random things. Like, it's one thing to, heaven forbid, you need to buy a house or even give rent. The fact that you need to just go out and go to dinner, even if you paid for the regular dinner and then tipped in pennies as well, because you have to do both, it's gonna look like you pissed, like you were so upset with somebody. So I feel like I'd always have to up tip just to make sure that it didn't come across that I was insulting somebody or intentionally doing so. But then again, I'd have to live a lot closer to places and to go around on a pogo stick. It has to be pennies just because of the logistics of, like, I enjoy traveling and the prospect of going even to the airport on a pogo stick and just sitting down with my little pogo stick doesn't seem appealing. So I'd have to go pennies, and I'd feel incredibly guilty about it.
Well, there's ways around doing that method. You could just make sure they're prepackaged, I guess.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah. You definitely roll them, and you definitely have a couple of those things like consistently rolling for you. Mm-hmm. So that way you could do that.
In Europe, you have 1, 2, 5, 10, 20, 50 cent coins, and then 1 and 2 euro coins. But in the Netherlands, they don't use the 1 and 2 cent coins because they're so pointless. Everything you buy, like at the grocery store, they just round up or down to the nearest 5 cent, and it's delightful. Unless you pay by card. If you pay by card, you pay the exact amount, but that's obviously easy.
That was a highlight of my trip to the Netherlands. Okay, it's David. Would you rather shove your whole head into an elephant's butt or lick a corpse clean after an autopsy?
Oh my God.
Head in the butt. Head in the butt. Yeah.
Oh, God, yeah.
No, I'm not licking any dead bodies. No.
Yeah. Hey, what if I guaranteed you no like diseases, no after effects? It's just the grossness.
I don't know. There's something incredibly disrespectful and icky about licking a corpse.
What if it's somebody who would have liked it in life?
In life, maybe, but not dead.
They'd be able to give consent. Like if they're dead, they can't give consent to that. So.
that's a big thing, yeah. I don't know, but there's also just something a bit morbid about that. No, I don't think I can do it.
Ugh.
Come on over here, Peanut. David's going to stick his head inside you and give it a rectum exam. All right.
No.
Okay, Jenny, would you rather... Speaking of dead bodies,
yeah.
Would you rather be found dead, surrounded by illegal drugs, or by graphic pornography?
You said biographic pornography?
No, just by, like...
graphic.
Like, surrounded by illegal drugs, or surrounded by graphic pornography?
God, what a story that tells. Oh, how'd they go out? Well.
That's actually
I'm glad
really
this
tough.
is a thinker.
It is, because it's like what.
Either
how do you wanna
way,
be,
yeah, everyone's gonna think something about you.
I think too. It also matters the drug because there's a different.
I think I meant
association
like
if there's,
narcotics, like meth or cocaine,
coke.
heroin.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a difference between that or like somehow she found the one way that you could OD on marijuana.
I would say maybe.
Is it illegal in Arizona? I thought marijuana was legal there.
It's legal.
No, it's legal
But I'm
now.
saying, I guess it has to be an illegal one. Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Oh, never mind. I'm
I
sorry,
would say
Dave.
illegal drugs.
All right, I think
Wow.
I'd probably go the same way. I don't know what would disappoint my mother more.
Well,
But I think it might be the pornography. I don't know.
I was gonna say, what are you guys talking about? I'm going with the pornography. Look.
I think
do I want that story
I don't
again
know.
now?
I'd probably go
no,
with the pornography
But
too.
on the way that I'm going out, like if that's, I get to choose my way of going out, and it was just in one glorious go.
What if I told you it was some douchebag just framing you? Like you didn't even go out that way. They murdered you and
surrounded you with graphics.
Yeah, I think my mom could like again. I think of a friend of the podcast, my mom, would be understanding that okay, that's not Philip's avenue of enjoyment, and I'm sure that people would.
Wow.
I have others who would put in a good word and be like, he didn't seem like he was that into midget. Whatever and all.
Well,
going into super graphic.
I would say more for like people know me. They know I don't do hard drugs, of course. So
that's true. That was
would,
my consideration as well.
Also, too, like
I think it would. If we're looking at like who might be framed.
Yeah.
In talking to obviously people would be able to tell that I'm framed because everybody knows that I don't do hard drugs. But also too, not to like talk about drugs positively. It's like an entrepreneur thing too, where it's like it's this horrible black market industry and everything. But we could talk about that for
Jenny
ages.
died a tragic death, but wasn't she an entrepreneur? Look at all these drugs.
Look at all the cash she was making. Good for you.
She was just trying to get into her own business.
Yeah.
Oh, darn Jenny. All right.
Such a go-getter.
Oh yeah, you know it. It's the Capricorn in me. Okay, David.
Mm-hmm.
Would you rather? I'm trying to pick which one I want to throw at you. Would you rather? I feel like I've asked this one before. Would you rather have to praise the same person over and over to start your day every single day, or be forced to slap yourself every day?
So either I'm praising one particular person, someone else, or I have to slap myself.
You
How many
can't
times
start
do I
your
have to
day
slap myself?
just once a day.
Oh, I can do that, I think.
Slap yourself.
Yeah, like hard, right? I'm guessing, yeah.
Well, it doesn't specify what level, but I would guess.
Well,
a
you're the
decent
asker
slap.
of the question, Jenny. You get to decide.
I know.
I'll slap myself once a day. I don't want to give praise to someone who might not deserve it. No. I'll slap myself once a day.
Because that slap. Ah!
Thank you.
It would be on theme. At least you'd have a purpose.
It would be.
Philip, would you rather give up meat or blowjobs?
I've always known at some point I would have to be a vegetarian, and this would be a good reason why. Yeah, no, it's definitely bring on those veggies. There's enough cauliflower rice. There's enough good meatless alternatives. There's no other alternative for the other option. We don't need.
That's true. I mean, there's still
yeah.
sex.
There's still. What are you talking about, David? Hush the point. Hush the point, my friend. This isn't even a discussion. Jenny had to think about whatever she had to think about. This is not a thinker. There's no alternative, my friend. All right, Jenny. Would you rather have a stoma, which I don't know if you're familiar with it, but it's an airway hole in your neck that you breathe through, normally associated with throat cancer for people that smoke a lot, or a conspicuous glass eye?
Definitely glass eye.
Definitely glass eye. Why glass eye?
I rely too much on my vocal cords and my throat to make money.
Also
for
less of a
singing
stigma
and for
around it.
performing. So
Like
yes.
a glass eye, you probably had a medical thing, or someone stuck a pencil in your eye, or something like that. Whereas, the throat hole is more like, oh, she's a smoke or an ex-smoker, you know? Maybe that's something that might be viewed more negatively.
Mm-hmm. Philip, would you rather lose all your memories from your childhood or lose all your memories from the last few years?
Oof.
Let's say 3 years.
A weighty one.
I mean, it's sad either way,
Right.
but it would
Could erase COVID.
Oh, wow. See, I understand COVID was awful for a bunch of people. Unfortunately, COVID wasn't that bad for me. Like, I'm very fortunate in that it wasn't
Right.
that bad.
Also, if you
it was
erased COVID, you'd erase most of your memories with me, so I would be very offended if you chose that.
Yes, I know. I here's my thing is that I mean, it's sad with the knowledge that it's sad either way. I think I'd go with my childhood. I mean, I as much as I do enjoy those memories, I'll be honest. I mean, I don't remember the vast majority as it is. So I mean, maybe it depends on like to the age that it goes till that I would forget. But especially for the last 3 years, I mean, the last 3 years, I have a lot of great memories that I would very much not wish to lose. So and it's much more recent, far more important. I feel like I myself have matured a lot.
Also,
in the last
like
3
I
years.
feel like you'd then lose. You'd lose the emotional maturity that you develop in your late 20s
Yeah.
or
not like I
in your
yeah,
case
not like I
early
needed it.
30s.
Not like I needed that emotional growth, but because I was perfect before. But now, especially these last
Yeah,
few
yeah,
years,
yeah.
yeah. Okay, so I would go childhood, but it's very sad, very traumatic that you do that to me, Jenny.
My apologies.
Speaking of very weighty, very hard, David, I'll give you a chance. Do you want to gross or do you want to weight? Like a weighty, heavy question.
Now you asked me two questions in one. Do I want a gross one or a... All right, give me a weighty one.
David, would you rather have to kill your 30 closest friends and family or the rest of the U.S. population?
Jeez.
265 million. Remember, it's purely hypothetical.
30 closest friends and family. Wow.
Damn.
Or the
There's
US
just
as we know it.
nothing
Gone.
that could get me to kill my family, I don't think. So I
Well,
think
what if it's like you don't have to you're not the one behind the trigger per se, but like a button and just
Yeah, no. I think I would kill the 300
you'd feel fine with like 265 million, like roughly.
Look, there's nothing that would get me to kill my nieces. Nope. Can't do it. Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
I mean, I can't blame you. There's no right answer. There's no wrong answer in that one. It's just bad. Just
Yeah. Wow. All right, Jenny.
That's probably that pause is going to be edited out, but I assure you, listening right now,
Don't even edit
it was
it
like a
out.
good
Just leave it in there.
Yeah, there was 2 minutes there.
We all got weighed down.
Just leave
real
the pause.
fast.
The pause is relevant. Leave the pause in. Jenny,
leave it
if
in.
writing and directing a horror movie, would you rather create a movie about a more spiritual evil, like a curse, or a more real life evil, like a killer or a beast?
Spiritual, for sure.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And what would it be?
Spiritual. Oh, that's actually the harder question, isn't it?
Of course.
I really like cosmic horror, so I'd probably lean more toward that subgenre. There's also, I don't know, just trying, maybe, I've always wanted to explore doing a Spectre type horror, so that'd be kind of like in a haunted house scenario. I've always loved bottle plays where there's like a haunted house or a singular specter haunting everybody in a one play. So I would really like to try to tackle that type of art.
Well, that brings us to the end of our main topic. Let's shuffle along. God, it's feeling like quite a while since we've done Bite Me. Very long time. I'll go first. Stop getting mad at babies on planes. They can't help it. The parents are doing their best, but they also can't help it. Nobody can help it. It just sucks. So put in some earplugs and suck it up. The baby hates it more than you do. And if you disagree, you can bite me.
David, your neck, your bottom of your elbow, maybe a thigh. Where would you like me to bite you?
On my
Because
ass.
I will. Drop trowel right now. No, but this is such a person, it's so selfish. So selfish.
Selfish
I get it.
how?
It's just just
What, that they need
understand
to
your
travel
kid.
somewhere?
Very rarely. How often does a kid really, really, really need to travel? And if it's so, just the freaking
What,
drive.
so people with children don't deserve to go on vacation?
No.
Oh.
I say no. Not if it's going to inconvenience others. My God.
You're such a baby. You are the baby.
Wow.
You
Wow.
are the baby. God. 30 years old.
I know, but here's the thing: is that that is from the perspective of somebody who wants kids, from somebody who doesn't want kids, and it's I can be sympathetic and be yeah, whatever, but it still doesn't make it any if I'm trying to go on a airplane and maybe I have anxiety, what if I want to sleep throughout that entirety of the flight? And it's why I don't know. It's just we're all trying to get somewhere. I don't know. Whatever.
3 words. Noise canceling headphones.
Yeah, trust me. That's become a necessity. All right, I guess let me give you a chance to reciprocate the favor and bite me as well. It's come to my attention that there is a hypocritical judgment zone in the gym. So apparently, if somebody wants to look good while going to the gym, that's okay. You can wear bootylicious, popping whatever you want to go into the gym. But heaven forbid, heavens to Betsy, that you want to go and you just kind of want to be warmed up. You want to wear a couple layers because you want to get really sweaty, because you really want to enjoy it, because you're there for a purpose, because they're there because you want to work out. Apparently, some people think that that's not okay. And I say, to each their own. The whole don't judge and judge not mantra goes out the zone. I'm not going there to be Fashion Nova 2024. I'm not going there to walk the runway. I'm going there to work out. I'm going there to get a good sweat on. I'm going there to exercise my muscles. And you know what? If I look too hobo-ish for you at the gym, I'm not there for you. So if you give a crap about it, bite me.
People are really giving you crap for wearing multiple layers.
And sometimes,
outfits?
sometimes it's the people that you live with.
Oh.
Sometimes
Oh no.
it comes. Sometimes you get the finger from the people that you live with, who might then bite you later. That's who it comes from. Sometimes.
I see.
I'm not saying in this specific instance, but sometimes. So anyway.
I see. I feel like we could be all on the same page with my contribution this time. But if anyone disagrees with this, I would love to hear the other side of the story. Facebook should just be discontinued as an app.
Oh, yeah.
I am so
yeah.
done with Facebook. The algorithm has just messed it up way too much to the point of where I don't even think it's usable. Half the time, no, actually 2/3 of the time, I'm just seeing ad after ad after ad after meme after ad. And it's become it's the 2020s version of Tumblr. It's not there's no effective information. I'm just getting slammed with marketing tactics. And I'm lucky if I see a post from somebody that I actually want to see something from.
Yeah, they actually follow?
Yeah, but then they're usually people that I haven't seen in 12 years. And I'm like, I don't want to see their shit. I want to see what my brother's posting. I want to see what my best friend is posting. I don't care about my colleague from a show 10 years ago. I don't want to see that. It's stupid. Honestly, at this point, everybody cares about other apps more than Facebook. I just want to see it gone. If someone tell me what other ways can we effectively use Facebook that we can't do with a different platform. Seriously, if you disagree with me, just bite me.
Facebook as a company, a Meta, if you will, has a way of just spoiling everything. They bought Instagram, and Instagram was a great app just for photos, and then they ruined it. And I'm like, I still use Instagram. There's still some level of enjoyment there, but WhatsApp, they made it less, I don't know. And Facebook is complete trash these days. The only reason I still have it is because I'm like, well, there are people that I'm connected with on there that if I delete my Facebook, I will lose all contact with, which is starting to seem like more and more like a sacrifice I'm willing to make to not have Facebook anymore.
The only other additive to that would be sometimes people that you're connected to and friends with of an older generation.
Yes.
Like that's it.
Yeah, right.
That's it. They're
Extended
not.
Yeah, those are
family.
the people.
Oh well, yeah. But I'm saying because for me, that also yours would also apply to David. That would apply to like my high school friends. So they're of the same generation, but I'm not necessarily connected with them on Snapchat or even on Instagram or on WhatsApp. I'm not, or I don't have like.
Snapchat
I don't
users
have
can
their
also
number.
bite me. That is a social platform that I do not miss either.
Honestly, though, Snapchat and Facebook are almost one and the same, with the exception of that you send pictures to each other. Snapchat is just gossip feeds and memes and ads. It's the same exact problem. That's why I deleted mine.
And as the wolf howls, we lay our merry heads on our logs and doze off to sleep. But before we do that, we have a few thank yous to say. First to Casson Crossland and Jake Corlang for the beautiful music that you hear on this podcast. Thank you.
Thanks to Ryan Ardell, Josh Hans, for a lot of the audio bits you hear throughout the entirety and wholly throughout the show.
Thank you to Rudy Chalk for all of your wonderful graphic work that you get to see on all of our social media.
And thank you to you, the listener, for tuning in each and every week. So recommend this podcast to your friends. Spread the word. We're on Instagram at Roast and Toast Pod, on TikTok at Roast and Toast Pod, on Twitter at Roast Toast Pod, and we're everywhere. We're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, just not Pandora, because screw you, Pandora. All right, what do we got here?
It's not looking good, Chief. I'll say one thing. We got a bear lying dead on the floor, and second, 100 copies of Play Bear all over the place.
Not this guy again.